The desert night was calm, a canvas of twinkling stars draped across the vast Arizona sky. March 13th, 1997, seemed like any other night in Phoenix, Arizona. People went about their evenings, unaware that they were about to become part of one of the most enduring mysteries in UFO history. As the evening deepened, something extraordinary occurred. Lights, unusual and unexplained, appeared in the sky. These were not the familiar twinkling of stars or the flashing lights of aircraft. These lights were different, moving in formations and patterns that defied conventional explanation. The Phoenix Lights, as they came to be known, were witnessed by thousands of people across Arizona and into neighboring Nevada. The event unfolded in two distinct waves. First, a V-shaped formation of lights traversed the sky, its massive silhouette casting an eerie glow upon the desert floor. Later, a series of orbs appeared, hovering and dancing in a silent aerial display that left witnesses stunned and bewildered. This was not a fleeting glimpse, a trick of the light, or a case of mistaken identity. The lights were seen for hours, their presence undeniable, their nature inexplicable. The events of that night in Phoenix would spark years of debate, speculation, and investigation. The Phoenix Lights transcended a simple UFO sighting and became a cultural phenomenon. They captured the imagination of a nation, fueling a fascination with the unknown and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The official explanations offered little solace to those who had witnessed the event firsthand. Theories abounded, ranging from secret military tests to extraterrestrial spacecraft. The Phoenix Lights became a symbol of the enduring mystery that surrounds the UFO phenomenon. To this day, the Phoenix Lights remain an enigma. The events of that night have never been fully explained. The questions they raised never definitively answered. The Phoenix Lights stand as a testament to the vastness of the unknown, a reminder that there are still mysteries in our world that defy explanation, events that challenge our understanding of what is possible. The lights over Phoenix, a spectacle witnessed by thousands, continue to invite us to look up at the stars and wonder, what if? As twilight deepened over Phoenix, the first wave of the Phoenix Lights began its silent journey across the sky. Around 8:15 p.m., witnesses in various parts of the city reported seeing a V-shaped formation of lights. This was no ordinary aircraft. The sheer size of the object was staggering. Witnesses described it as being so large that it seemed to blot out the stars as it passed overhead. The lights were not blinking or flashing, but shone with a steady, almost eerie luminescence. The object moved slowly, majestically across the sky, casting an immense shadow over the desert landscape. There was no sound, no roar of engines, only an unsettling silence that added to the mystery. The V-shaped formation maintained its shape, its lights fixed in their positions as it traversed the city. This was not a random collection of lights, but a structured object, seemingly under intelligent control. Its slow, deliberate movement suggested purpose, not the haphazard flight of a flock of birds or a weather phenomenon. The first wave of the Phoenix Lights lasted for several minutes. Then, as silently and mysteriously as it had appeared, the V-shaped object vanished into the night sky. The witnesses were left stunned, their minds struggling to comprehend what they had just seen. The sheer scale of the object, its unusual shape, and its silent movement defied easy explanation. What was it? Where did it come from? And where did it go? These questions would linger long after the lights had faded from view. The first wave of the Phoenix Lights had only just begun to unravel the mystery of that night. As if the appearance of the V-shaped object wasn't unsettling enough, the second wave of the Phoenix Lights added another layer of intrigue to the unfolding events. About 2 hours after the V-shaped object had disappeared, a series of orbs of light appeared in the sky over Phoenix. Unlike the structured formation of the first wave, these lights seemed to move independently, appearing and disappearing, changing color and darting across the horizon in seemingly random patterns. The orbs, typically described as being orange or reddish in color, were smaller than the lights of the V-shaped object, but still easily visible against the night sky. They seemed to hover, dance, and flicker, their movements unpredictable and mesmerizing. Some witnesses reported seeing as many as 9 orbs at a time, their silent aerial display lasting for over an hour. The orbs seemed to defy gravity, their movements too erratic to be attributed to conventional aircraft or atmospheric phenomena. The second wave of the Phoenix Lights left witnesses even more perplexed than the first. The seemingly playful movements of the orbs, their changing colors, and their sudden appearances and disappearances added a surreal, almost dreamlike quality to the event. Whatever these lights were, they seemed to operate outside the bounds of known physics. The second wave of the Phoenix Lights cemented the event's place in UFO lore, fueling public fascination with the unknown and igniting a debate that continues to this day. Section 4. The official explanation, flares, and misidentification. The events of March 13, 1997, prompted a swift response from the authorities. The U.S. Air Force, responsible for monitoring airspace, offered an explanation for the Phoenix Lights. According to the official statement, the lights were nothing more than flares dropped by A-10 Warthog aircraft during a routine training exercise at the Barry Goldwater Range, located southwest of Phoenix. The Air Force maintained that the V-shaped formation, witnessed by so many, was simply the result of the flares drifting with the wind. The official explanation, however, did little to quell the public's curiosity or address the numerous inconsistencies in the Air Force's claims. Witnesses who had observed the V-shaped object insisted that its size and behavior were unlike any aircraft they had ever seen. Moreover, the Air Force's explanation failed to account for the second wave of lights, the orbs that danced and flickered across the horizon. How could flares account for such erratic and seemingly intelligent movements? The official explanation, while seemingly plausible on the surface, left many unanswered questions. Skeptics pointed out that flares typically burn for a short period and descend rapidly, unlike the prolonged and seemingly controlled movements of the Phoenix Lights. Furthermore, the Air Force's explanation seemed to dismiss the sheer number of witnesses and the consistency of their accounts. The Phoenix Lights had been observed by thousands of people from different locations, all describing a similar phenomenon. Could mass misidentification truly account for such widespread observation? Section 5. Skepticism and scrutiny doubts cast on the military's claims. The official explanation offered by the U.S. Air Force was met with skepticism and scrutiny from the public and researchers alike. Many witnesses who had observed the Phoenix Lights firsthand found the explanation inadequate and unconvincing. They argued that the sheer scale, duration, and unusual movements of the lights could not be attributed to flares or any other conventional aircraft. Moreover, the Air Force's explanation failed to address the second wave of lights, the orbs that danced and flickered across the horizon. Skeptics also pointed out that flares typically burn brightly for a short period and descend rapidly, unlike the prolonged and seemingly controlled movements of the Phoenix Lights. The V-shaped formation in particular seemed to maintain its shape and move deliberately across the sky, defying the typical behavior of flares drifting in the wind. Furthermore, the Air Force's explanation seemed to dismiss the sheer number of witnesses and the consistency of their accounts. The Phoenix Lights had been observed by thousands of people from different locations, all describing a similar phenomenon. Despite the Air Force's insistence that the Phoenix Lights were nothing more than flares, the controversy surrounding the event persisted. Many people believed that the government was withholding information, perhaps covering up a secret military project or even evidence of extraterrestrial activity. The Phoenix Lights became a symbol of the mistrust that many people felt towards official explanations of UFO sightings. The event fueled a wave of speculation and conspiracy theories, further deepening the mystery of what truly transpired in the skies above Phoenix on that March night.